Hey guys, welcome back to a standard commentary showcase video. We're going to go ahead and get back into it today with that. Today we're going to check out Skullmaster4's Detective Mario and the Misfortune. Apparently, this is like a crime related level, which seems really interesting. It's like a detective based. So anyway, the description reads, "This is pretty story focused, so don't expect too much traditional Mario gameplay. So it's pretty good for this video format. This level is also very self-indulgent. Skullmaster is a big fan of detective games, and there's general content warning for mature themes and violence. So just a little disclaimer before we get into this, and if you guys want to read the rest of that, you guys are more than welcome to. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna check this out. Oh, oh. Well, that's great. Anyway. Hey, my favorite NPC. What's up, Starlo? As a quiet type yourself, she usually helps voice your thoughts. It'd be a good idea to listen to her. Mushroom Way, it should be the right place. Let us head in. We shouldn't keep our client waiting. One up? No? No one up? Wow. What a scam. Sarlo, you could at least grace your presence by giving me a one. Oh wait, actually, there's no lives on this level. Never mind. Don't be on my screen then. That's all I have to say. This is your client, Sir Toadsley the 15th. Heir to a vast fortune, you're offered a very generous sum for your services, but you couldn't refuse. Detective Mario, welcome. I appreciate you coming on such short notice. I'll give you the short of it. I received a rather threatening note last night. Having been slipped under my door, it could have only been one of the residents of this mansion. A prank, I imagine, but I'd sleep a lot better knowing who it was. But first, you must be hungry. Why don't you join us for dinner? We were just about to gather in the dining hall. The clock reads 6:20. Ooh, mysterious. This is Servicely, the maid. Sir Maria, please take a seat. We have a feast prepared. Food will be brought out shortly. And then cutscene will play once you sit in the chair. Jump to read the dialogue. Move left to right to continue the scene. Few words before we eat. Oh, you actually have to touch the block. Okay. Hey, buddy. Oh, I didn't even get to read that. Oh. Oh, Toad died. Wow. Oh, well. I mean... Oh, no. That's what I meant to say. Are we too late? Could we prevent? No, we had no idea the threat was that imminent. Hate to say this while the body's still warm, but I think we need to investigate the, we can't let the culprit get away with this. Do a proper examination of this room, then meet me in the lobby. The door to the kitchen is locked. Where did that come from? Body of Toadsley cut clean in half by a saw blade. Else hairball. Oh dear, that's not good. I think it fell from the ceiling. You might want to check there. Take this. Father? Oh, that's your father? What do we do, Master? Sir, I'll call the police. Also, I'll also open all the doors so you can perform your investigation. Find some pipes along the ceiling. That's strange. As you reach up to touch the pipes, they feel unnaturally cold. Interesting. Well, we will continue our investigation. 6:45. Alright, Mario, time to get to work. Search every inch of this mansion and, search for any clues you can find. Once you feel comfortable with your deductions, confront the suspects with your evidence. Once you've interrogated all the suspects, we'll call everyone back to the kitchen and accuse the killer. It's probably the Snow Peep, if I had to guess. Like, I'm already predicting it right now. It's got to be the Snow Peep. Guest bedrooms. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's pretty loud. Oh shoot! Hold on, sorry guys. I just had to make sure we were pretty good there. Anyway, Doc's bedroom. Confront. Detective. Hey, yeah, it's probably you. My whereabouts for the murder? Why, I believe I was taking a nap here in my room. Speaking of, no need to do a thorough search here, detective. You won't find anything. I'm an open book. Wrong. What is this place? Wait, why am I here? I'm so confused. What was the doc doing? I didn't even get to read all that. Reading the newspaper, making drugs, growing vegetables. I don't know. Read the newspaper? Yeah, it was left open on his table, but I think there's a deeper truth here. Yeah, it seems like he was in the business of creating and selling unregistered medicine. Generally, growing plants indoors is ill-advised. He must have really wanted to keep it a secret. Now, allow me to make a bit of leap in the logic here. Do you really think the news article may be related? Hear me out. Maybe this interest in the article goes a little deeper than a doctor being interested in this field. Perhaps it's not a virus, but a side effect of his medicine that is causing these adverse effects. Regardless, I think we should talk to him a bit about this. Ah, he found the garden then. I guess the jig is up. It's sort of business partnership between me and Toadsley. He let me grow some less than legal plants, but I'm an expert doctor. I know how to use and distribute medicine, so there's no harm done. You notice him unconsciously glance at the newspaper when he says this. I knew it. You think you might be responsible for the virus outbreak then, right? Yo, Scourge virus reference? Well, I mean, not really. What? No. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, I recognize a couple names, but it could just be a coincidence. My measurements were perfect. Look, I'm not proud of it, but I need to make money somehow, right? I don't actually have a proper clinic. My methods are too eccentric for me to get a real medical license. I mean, I need to make do. I wasn't actually taking a nap before the murder. I was taking care of my plants, I promised. I've got nothing more to hide, so please don't report me, detective. I didn't even get to check it fully. Newspaper article. Viral panic. The body of the article reads, new virus has appeared in Toad City. Many toads have come down with a disease that caused them to grow large and round. It's currently unclear if this virus is contagious. We'll keep you updated as the investigation continues. Under loose forbid, you find sales records. It lists a bunch of customers. He seems to be selling medicine, but the business is going well. Yeah, I meant to read this before, but it's a little confusing to understand. Doc seems to have the secret garden back here. It looks like it was watered recently. Okay, we got Pino's bedroom. You see something buried in the dirt of the potted plant. Digging it out seems to be a flip phone. It's completely new. None of the factory settings have been changed. There is a single text conversation on the phone. It reads as such: Red Toad, 246 Mushroom Way, 645. Understood. Confront. Terrible business murder. My heart just weeps for the last. Where was I shortly before the murder? I believe I only arrived a couple minutes before you, detective. Busy with some negotiations. I'm a chuckster. Oh, I guess there's just gameplay for each person. Dude, what even is this place? Oh, hello. What did Pino order with the phone? Hitman. Pizza. A package. It's either 1 or 3. I'm gonna go with 3. 3 is reasonable. Perhaps the use of a burner phone was because the package was something illegal or dangerous. But it's 6:45 and there's no delivery man or package at the doorstep. There must be another. Okay, Hitman then. Wait, I have to do all this again? Oh, that sucks. Okay, go with Hitman this time. Well, that is concerning to say the least. It fits the evidence. Some kind of order given on a burner phone to a mysterious third party. I don't know if you saw, but there is a strange individual hiding in the bush outside the manor. Did Pino really hire an assassin? Unfortunately, the timeline doesn't really work for the murder here. The murder occurred at 6:30 while the supposed hit was scheduled for 6:45. Regardless, we really need to ask Pino about this. Big claim you're making there, detective. Can you prove it? Your evidence is circumstantial at best. A shady guy in the bushes, a text message? That text could have been about anything, like I was ordering a pizza and that's it. But hey, I'll give you some help. If I were to hire a hitman, it may have been related to a loan that Toad took out last year. Time and time again, he asked for an extension and paying it off. Hypothetically speaking, of course. See, none of this really matters. I'm not the killer, and I think you know that. I'll give you a hint. This murder was messy. A professional would have made it quiet. Whoever did this was an amateur. Please, do not try and implicate me in any crime. My family will not make things easy for you, detective. Man, maybe it's not the Snow Peep. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, wait, yeah, we already read all that. I might as well go back and read the dialogue for the Snow Peep, just like, because I don't think I read it, but just like to be on the safe side. We might be like missing one or two, but that's fine. Have you got the killer? Yeah. Taking a nap here. Oh, wait, we did read that. Okay. No, we didn't. Okay, so we checked those two places, so then I guess we go to the family bedrooms next. Yeah, let's just check this place and then we'll go wherever next. My lovely wife Violet. Oh, is okay, yeah. My condolences. You find that threatening note Toadsley alluded to earlier reads, "You will pay for what you've done." Like literally, or find a bunch of papers stuffed under the bed. They seem to be unpaid bills for a business called Ping Loans and Consultant. Tangerine's room. Yo, confront. Oh, detective, that moment keeps replaying in my head. Who would have done such a horrible thing to my dad? I hope you can catch the killer. This telescope pointing out the window. Its coil rope seems to be hidden in the optical tube. A suitcase. It's I think it's pretty full. It's cracked open slightly, the window. You notice some very light scratch marks on the windowsill as well as the bedpost. You have another one of these abstract places. Let's go. Oh, that was a platform. I didn't notice it right away, I'll be honest. What was Tangerine planning on doing? Slacking on her studies, running away from home, strangling. I'm gonna go with running away from home. Right, a simple enough deduction. Her suitcase was full, she had a rope hidden in her telescope, and there were scuff marks on the bedpost and windowsill. If I were to guess, she was practicing for an escape attempt. She tied the rope to her bedpost and then climbed down. We should ask her about this. You really figured that out, detective? Yeah, I was planning on running away from home. It's not because I hated my father or anything. He was always good to me, but he's been putting a lot of pressure on me to be his successor. Ever since he adopted me, he's been trying to get me to marry and continue the family line. I don't really have interest in such things. So, you know, I thought I'd get away with it, like, you know, from everything. Live a simpler life, you know, get married, happy. I don't know. I've never really cared for money, but father's gone now. I have no choice now to take over. And I have no idea what I'm doing, I'll be honest. Please, give me some time alone now. Good luck with your investigation, detective. Oh, there's an invisible block there. Interesting. Okay, we have one more room to check, unless we can somehow... Actually, no, wait. I think we already got it. Okay. You can vaguely make out the name Annabelle. Why is that locked, then? Was there, like, another murder or something? Confront. I just called the police. They're on their way. My alibi. I was preparing dinner, of course. I didn't leave the kitchen all afternoon. Do you have another one of these places? Oh, I should have waited. What happened to the other servants? She ate them. There were never other servants. They were fired. I'm gonna go with this one. Good call. I suppose it's also possible they just quit. We don't really know. The existence of a schedule in beds imply that there were other staff until recently. Like, we had Annabelle, so that's kind of like why I thought that. But evidence also suggests Servicely is also the only current staff member. Something must have happened to cause their dismissal. I wonder if the poor state of the room has something to do with it. We should inquire about this. Yes, detective. It's just me. Quite perspective of you, or perceptive. It happened 3 weeks ago. Toadsley gathered every member of staff for a meeting. He said he couldn't afford to pay all of us. I'll be honest, I think Master was trying to pay off a heavy debt. Even before the layoff, he was cutting corners on simple luxuries for the staff. He wouldn't even call a repairman to fix the floorboards in there. It's all me now. He kept me simply because I've been with the family the longest. I'll admit, it's suffocating living in there. The leaky pipes make it so difficult to sleep. This job, it's so much to handle on my own. All the cooking, the cleaning, I'm all alone now. The sudden death of my employer, it's given me a lot to think about. I appreciate letting me get this off my chest, detective. I hope your investigation goes smoothly. Again, the weird invisible blocks. I guess they're there because you have to hit the switch. Can we go out here? Oh wow, it's actually raining. Okay. Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I doing hiding in this bush? None of your business. Winnie seems to be concealing something behind their back. By the way, is that red toad coming out anytime soon? Interesting. What could they be hiding? Oh, that's the hitman. That's the hitman. Right, right. I think it's the Pianta then. It's gotta be the Pianta. I was thinking the Snow Peep at first, but I'm not really sure, honestly. Oh, I guess I'm stuck here now. Oops. Yeah, in case you're wondering, the door doesn't work. That sucks. Okay, in case the switch just bugs out, I had to hit it again. By bug out, I mean, like, you know, things don't, like, properly show. I guess we'll just go back. Yeah, we'll figure out what to do from there. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we're good. So you actually do need to hit all that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We're part of the Mushroom Kingdom Law Enforcement Division. You seem to know what you're doing, detective. Give us your thoughts. Oh, also, we just moved the body out. Detective, do you know who killed my dad? I hope you figured it out, detective. Oh, what a mess. This whole thing is a mess. Remember what we discussed. Leave my name out. Dude, why? You're making this so obvious. Deduce. Yeah, it's the Pianta. I think it's the Pianta. Oh, if the music loads. Oh, wait, I have to answer these questions. The murder was committed by throwing the saw blade in the air, using a trap, by dropping the saw blade. How is that not right? A third party is unlikely here, detective. They would have had no method to escape, and we investigated the scene immediately. There's a simpler answer. Okay. It is using a trap. Woohoo. Yeah, there we go. Yep, everything was accounted for at the dining table, meaning the murder method must have been automatic. Allow me to suggest how the trap may have worked. Did you notice that the pipes were unusually cold? I believe the saw blade might have been frozen to the pipes before the dinner. Naturally, it melted and dropped the saw blade while Toadsley was speaking. This method would require a bit of luck to require, like, you know, especially to drop the right time, but it's the only answer that actually makes sense to me. Saw blade was frozen using the freezer, using an innate ability, a power-up. It's either one or two, I'm not really sure. It doesn't explain how it was frozen in the pipe specifically. Using the freezer wouldn't really help in this instance. Innate ability? Not a bad theory. If you believe the culprit was Doc, a Snow Peep, then this could be the answer, but there's evidence that points to a different conclusion. Then you noticed it. The garden was missing an ice flower. I believe this was most likely what was used in the crime. Wait, there was an ice flower? How did the culprit reach the ceiling? Ladder, spring. It did seem like the Doc had a spring on hand. You're absolutely correct that Doc had means to commit this crime. Sorry to jump ahead, but in accusing the Doc, you'll run into some issues with this alibi. For that reason, we must pursue a different line of thinking. The answer is simple. There was a ladder in the basement. The lack of dust compared to everything else implies that it was actually used recently. Alright, Mario. Taking all this into account, are you ready to name the culprit? The culprit is... Oh, I honestly forgot all the names. What was their name again? It was, I think it was Pino. It was not Pino. Well, that would certainly be novel, killing someone to interrupt your own hitman you hired just to kill the same person just minutes later. I don't really see the logic in doing such a thing. Besides, I just get the feeling he doesn't do his own dirty work. Okay, then it's probably Doc. Not Doc either. You could make a reasonable argument towards means here. He had a spring, and as a snow peep, it's... I don't think it's the snow peep, but I just want to check this. As far as motive, perhaps maybe you could make an argument that he was trying to get out of the drug deal, knowing that the virus would be tied back to him eventually, but he would have known a full-blown investigation would uncover his secret garden regardless. Also, as Alvi seems to check out, his plants were indeed watered recently. Wait, what if we go for us? Hold on. Let's check us. Mario, stop playing around. I know you're not a killer. You're not a killer, right, Mario? Of course. Be serious. Okay, well, let's go with you two, because it's funny. Yeah, it was me. You'll never take me alive, is what I would say if I were the culprit. Stop kidding around. I've been with you the whole time. Shut up, Sarlo. Nobody gives a crap. A valid theory. I like where your head is at, detective. Murder weapon was an automatic trap, something that he could have indeed set up ahead of time. His knowledge of the manor would have easily given him the means to set this up, and I can even think of a reasonable motive. He was a man obsessed with his legacy. Perhaps dying in such a grand, memorable way and passing his fortune on to his daughter is how he wanted to go out. But thinking about all the evidence, there's someone who fits a little better. I don't think it's you either. So it's Servicely or Tangerine? I really don't think it's Tangerine. Servicely? Yes. It can only be her. This crime would have been very easy for her. As the maid, consider her knowledge of the grounds, the ladder, the ice flower, the pipes above the dining hall. While true that anyone could have found these things, someone working at the mansion would have been very familiar with them. Also, consider the keys. The garden was locked when we came in, as was the basement. As a housekeeper, we know she has the keys and could easily access the items needed for the murder. Her alibi that she was cooking dinner is weak, frankly. I don't know if you noticed, but dinner was never brought out to begin with. It's possible there was no dinner, and she was bent on the saw blade falling before Toadsley even finished his speech. Now, let us discuss motive. Oh, down the rabbit hole we go. What is this music? Okay. Well, I guess we're in a cave now for some reason. I don't mind the platforming though, it's pretty nice. Her motive was money, revenge, for fun. It's either money or revenge, probably. Money or revenge? I'm gonna go with money. Oh, not even. There's a major problem with that. There's no way for her to get money. Tangerine is the heir. She will receive the fortune. Killing Toadsley alone doesn't really help her achieve that goal, Okay, then it's revenge. Woohoo. No need to overthink this one. Remember the threatening note? You will pay for what you've done. This is very clearly revenge. The question is, for what? Money? Is it now money? That'd be pretty funny if that was actually the answer. Oh, floating stalactite. Okay. Yo, Desert Buzz, let's go. Oh man, it's actually Desert Buzz, what the heck. The motive, what was the revenge for? It was for Toadsley killed her parents, Toadsley overworked her. I have no idea, I guess this one. It'd be quite the dramatic twist, but I don't see any evidence for that. Yeah, true. Okay, I guess overworked then? No, not that one either. Undeniably, yes, the poor girl. I think this is related to the motive, but there's an additional detail we're missing. Oh, for some reason the middle one just takes me back here. Okay, this is really inconsistent, Skullmaster. Toadsley banished her. You see it too? The truth of this case? Servicely is Annabelle, the biological daughter of Toadsley. This is much darker than I expected, but we've reached the truth. We should recap this case from the beginning. Toadsley was a man blinded by certain ideals, that of prestige and legacy. It caused him to constantly make questionable decisions to try and maintain his status in high society. Perhaps his most questionable was a decade ago. For one reason or another, he did not consider his daughter his rightful heir. This was Annabelle, his biological daughter. He kicked her out of the family. It was only thanks to Annabelle's stubbornness that he let her back into the house on the condition that she would change her name and work under the family as a maid. This is how Servicely came to be. Around this time, he adopted a new daughter, Tangerine, and over the years he tried to turn her into the perfect heir, failing of course because it was never the life that she desired. Meanwhile, Servicely had watched on, resentment grew in her heart for the father that decided to replace her. Toadsley, a very unwise investor, continues to lose money. He makes several desperate attempts to try and regain his fortune. Taking money from a loan shark with no intention to pay it off, selling drugs on the black market with the help of an unregistered doctor, he was a man at the end of his rope. He knew that his actions would catch up to him eventually, but he never realized his own daughter was the one to watch out for. Toadsley became stingy in his final days, firing all his staff, letting the staff quarters fall to ruin. This isolated Annabelle. No more friends, a terrible job, and a father who wouldn't even look in her direction. I think anyone can understand her motive. She carried out the murder as we previously solved. Before dinner, she took an ice flower from the garden, and a ladder and a saw blade from the basement. She climbed up to the ceiling, froze the saw blade to the pipes, and then climbed down and returned to the ladder. And that is the truth of the case. Damn, that actually got pretty deep. Dang, Skullmaster, that's peak right, I'm not gonna lie. So, you really figured everything out. We're family? You were adopted in the family after I was kicked out. Well, why did he do that to you? What can I say? I was a rebellious kid. Didn't fit the standards for the family. It was a stupid. He stopped loving me after mother died. That's awful. For all his faults, he seemed to really care about me. The father you knew was very different from the father I knew. But know that my hatred was directed only at my father. It was unfair of me to take away your dad in such a gruesome fashion. I didn't regret what I did at all, but you shouldn't have been roped in. Sis, please, I don't deserve your sympathy. I was just prepared to serve time. I just didn't expect to be caught so quickly. You truly are a remarkable detective, Mario. Annabelle, you are under arrest under suspicion of causing the death of Sir Toadsley. Come with us, please. And just like that. I guess that's it then, detective. Well done. You should go speak to the witnesses, then we'll head out in the... Yeah, the city never sleeps, I guess. Pino, I am responsible for my father's death now. We ain't really in the business going after a family. That's dishonorable. And the man's dead now, so the way we see it, his debt is paid. What remains of his fortune should be more than enough for you to make a comfortable living. Oh, thank the stars. On that note, I'm gonna slip away before the police question me, detective. Keep quiet about this whole hitman business. Capiche? Hitman? Why do you openly say that? Oh, hey there, detective. Today's been heavy. I wasn't expecting my life to be turned upside down like this. I'll make a frequent visit to Annabelle in a prison. I know she did a horrible thing, but she's still family. And as for the manor, I was thinking I might repurpose it into an observatory. Open it to the public. You should visit it when it opens. See, detective. Don't worry, I don't plan on running away like that Pino fellow. I don't know if I'm responsible for that virus or not, but I plan on turning myself in. If today convinced me of anything, it's that I shouldn't be running away from my problems. Have a good evening, detective. Anything over here? The hitman's gone. I guess that's it then. Detective Mario Episode 1, The Misfortune, Fortune, End. Thanks for playing. Alright guys, that's a lot of dialogue. I really don't feel like reading any missing ones, so I'm just gonna... I mean, I'll check around to see if I'm missing anything, but besides that, I'm not gonna check anything else. Oh my god, this level has 77 maps. That's actually insane. Okay, there is dev room, so I guess we can check this out real quickly. What do we have? What do we have? What up? You found the dev room. Sorry, this wasn't in the level on release. I'm patching this in a day after the level's upload. You've been rewarded for being a late adapter. If you count on my insane revs as a reward, I guess. It's a little true to my other favorite game genre outside of platformers, being detective games, mystery / visual novels. Yo, best Danganronpa song? I just realized. I have no delusions of being a good writer, but I write stuff that interests me, and I hope some people are engaged by detective games as I am. I don't feel like reading all this. It's just Skullmaster being like, yeah, I really enjoy the whole detective game shtick. Yeah, Danganronpa's a good one. Yeah, this is a lot, guys. I really don't feel like reading all this. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, but if you guys want to read all this, you guys are more than welcome to. This is oh my god, dude. I'm kind of burnt out reading like everything in this level already. Oh, the assassin will return in episode 2. Interesting. Where does the story even take you? Oh, wait, what? You can actually go there? Really? Oh, this is at the end of the level. What? I didn't know that. Personally, I would give this a 4 out of 5, mainly just because there are some areas, well, actually, there's multiple areas where the doors just don't really work the way that they should. You just kind of lose progress for no reason, and it's kind of annoying. The I mean, this level's great all around. I like the whole detective case. It's really solid, but yeah, pacing wise, I think that's what this level really struggles with. At times, it just feels a bit sporadic to have like just random areas of platform. I don't mind it per se. I think it's good to have for sure, but it definitely feels a bit out of place. I'll be honest. I think if there was a better way to, build up on it, I think it'd make more sense. Personally, with this whole like actual detective case, while you might be able to like make you might be able to tell like by a few things, like a few clues. I don't really feel like you can grasp the whole picture unless like you're like the main character of Huyoka. Hope I'm saying that right. That's a good anime, by the way. Skullmaster. I definitely recommend watching that one. I think you'd personally like that. Where it's just like the guy just like doing like detective cases, but they're like it's over useless stuff. So I don't know. It's just hard for me, like, or anybody just to fathom, like, put in like that much attention to detail. Like, there's like no real no known way to actually connect the Severously with Tangerine, like them being connected, like through the manners, like what it's being told. Like, it's kind of hard to picture like what you can tell in the level. So personally, I think that's like the main gripe I have with your storytelling is that all the details that you do put in the level, you can't really grasp them fully. So, yeah, I think if you were looking to improve your writing, I think you should definitely connect the puzzle pieces together better. And like especially everything that connects together, I feel like it feels a little loose at times. And personally, I think there are just, there might be better ways to connect like one point to the other because at times it can feel a bit sporadic. But all in all, this is solid level regardless. I'm really cool that it's really cool that we get to see this level in SMC finally. And honestly, I'd be down to see more of this too. And yeah, I have played Danganronpa. I've not played the Ace Attorney games or whatever. I've only like actually I've seen videos on it, but that's like as far as I've gone. So I guess that technically would fit the bill here. But yeah. Anyway, guys, if you guys are into this kind of stuff, check out Skullmaster and check out this level. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna conclude the video here, and I'll see you guys around for another upload. Anyway, have a good one, guys.